Insane Amito just resubbed for 17 months.
Hello, chats. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to session 72 of D&D Spark campaign. Why are you eyeing?
Just to say that we're live.
Oh, okay. We're on session 72 of Spark. Now completely thrown off. When last we left our heroes,
You're great, Kath.
when last we left our heroes, they were killing my poor little defenseless Yeti.
Dead.
Hold on, defenseless?
I don't want to put me in a chokehold, okay?
Do you remember the 30-foot cone that made me cry last session? No,
I remember. I remember the beautiful Yeti.
I remember some sniffling sounds from over in Donnie's way.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody did lose their giant thing. I'm so sorry.
I don't feel like sorry, but it's fine. Let's keep going.
I'm a little sorry. Okay, all right. So, when last we left our heroes, Kasula had taken them to a snowy tundra, where they met up with a strange lumberjack in the middle of the woods, surrounded by pretty much nothingness, except a little further out. Spleen did notice that there were giant tracks and things, but not in the camp itself. Kasula spoke to an old lady who apparently was comatose, and then you all started traveling in a random direction that Kasula foretold, and then you ran into a Yeti. That is it in a nutshell, unless you guys want to remember anything else. No? Okay. So, we have now left everybody. Currently you're in a field where you just finished murdering the Yeti, so you are now out of combat. How are y'all feeling? How you feeling?
Oh, just gonna lay the Yeti back, pull out my axe. This head is mine.
Okay.
And after that, I'm gonna grab my boomerang.
Oh yeah, you did throw that.
You did, yeah.
Map.
I forgot you did that.
Yep.
Kath, how cold is it?
I mean, it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold. You're not like suffering from super negative like temperatures or anything, but it's pretty cold. Like, do you want an actual number?
No, that's fine.
Go to works.
I have
where's a good roll?
It's like 8 degrees, Dongrave.
Celsius or Fahrenheit? I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. Just say Fahrenheit. I'm going to pull up a thing on Google and I will constantly do it. Don't worry. I hate spelling Fahrenheit.
Which I think is
use
like
a big F.
I think it's like -20 something in Celsius.
That is not even close.
No, it's not.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's cold. Gotcha.
It's very cold.
Oh, it's still on negative.
It's damn cold.
See, I told you I was close. I was like -20. -15 is close to -20. What are you talking about?
13.
I don't know. I feel like I would
Whatever.
notice such a difference in 7 degrees. It's fine. Let's keep going.
There's a lot of numbers being thrown around here right now.
That's still t-shirt and short weather.
Excuse me?
Where's
oh, right. You're
your
Canadian.
snow angel at Abaddon?
Snow Angel Abaddon is essentially like where Red is standing.
I want to make sure I don't step into it.
No, he's
Sorry.
outside.
It'd be here. It'd be here.
So I purposefully go over there and just kick it.
Oh no!
Hey, Abaddon, next time I tell you they are being watched and stay on guard, maybe don't make any fucking snow angels.
I'm gonna flop down to make another Snow Angel.
What's your armor class?
Oh no!
15, I think.
All right,
15.
initiatives. If you're going to attack him,
I'm gonna kick him.
How you doing?
I mean, he's
I'm gonna-
prone now, so
I'm gonna kick him. Thanks for that prone advantage.
You missed me.
I think you missed.
you
You
Yes,
did.
missed me, sir.
It's okay. I have multi-attack.
Okay.
Just kick some snow at him and trudge off with my Yeti head.
I'm gonna search the Yeti over and see.
This is
if
way
there's
too cold,
anything.
by the way. I don't know why I went back in the snow.
I would like to cast guidance on Red in case he needs it for his trophy adventure. Wait, are you doing that now, or are you hanging onto it for later?
I'll be doing it later.
You're doing
Okay.
the beat boop
Never
again, Donnie.
mind. Then. Gosh darn it! Hang on. Don't hang on. Keep going.
Okay. All right. So, Red and Abaddon had a lover's spat. What are you doing, Isaac?
I am currently checking over to see if there's any items that are like in, on, or around this Yeti.
Let's see. In,
Basically-
on, or around the animal
Yes.
Yeti.
He's used to the. Hey, man, he's seen a lot of things be like forged with magic items and stuff. So now he's checking stuff.
That is fair. That is very, very fair. Give me an investigation.
Something I'm terrible at.
No, you're not. You had a +4.
Oh, I do have a +4. Boop. Oh, hell yeah! I'm good
Alright.
at this shit.
So you go over to the Yeti while everyone is over there having their moment, and you're checking over
Normal
the Yeti
Tuesday.
to see if there's anything of value on him. You notice that this Yeti, in particular, he seems to be kind of thin, as far as monsters go.
Yeah.
You notice that where like he used to probably be thicker. He probably hasn't eaten in quite a while, and is definitely a he. Also, from
Found
what you
out.
can tell, there does appear to be bites on him from other things bigger than him. So things have tried to take chomps out of him at some point, as well as things with bigger claws have clawed him. You do notice things about that on the body. But with items and all of that, you don't really find any items. So the creature was not carrying anything with it at this time.
I wasn't looking for like as much. I was looking for like, say there was like a magical stone infused into him,
There's
or
no. That's what you got. Because when you were looking him over, looking for magical stones or whatever, that's what you found, and
Yeah.
he has nothing on him.
all right. So this was not a corrupted Yeti. This was just a straight up hungry ass Yeti.
Yes, he was very hungry.
I will relay that to everybody else that he probably attacked us because he was starving, which means, as the woodsman said, a lot of the animals just GTFO'd or died. And there's a lot of bite marks and things on here, so there are bigger things that have been hunting a Yeti. So we knew this is kind of a really dangerous area.
Yeah, all the game around here left and has created a vacuum in the food chain. So almost anything we see here is going to be desperate and hungry.
And that makes us the smallest on the food chain.
No, it doesn't.
Well, smallest that they think we're on the food chain. Well, we could probably put down most of them, but we still need to be on a little bit more guard than we usually are.
Sulo, where to next?
Well, honestly, I was just kind of going north at this point. the places that we were supposed to be kind of leading to, it's covered in snow. So we're looking for a tall tower somewhere around here. It's got 4 pillars, and that's all I know. So we're looking for 4 towers somewhere around here.
Red, can you call Woodsy out? Either that or Abaddon turn into a bird.
I can.
We can
scout
knock
if
this
you
search
need
down
to.
a lot.
If I call Woodsy out, I don't have an arrow trap.
I can fly up and look around for us. Yes.
How bad off are you going to be if you do the bird thing?
Well, I don't want to try to waste too much.
I mean, you do got wings. Can you just go up in the air about 100 foot?
Yes, that's what I was implying. I do that. Just to not
All right, go
waste
for
my
it.
Magic. Yes. I'll fly high enough to try to scout over the land.
I'll try to
Sure.
make sure Red doesn't shoot you down.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness. All right, Mr. Bunny. So you go up into the
Side eye
sky.
my boomerang.
My goodness. Go ahead and give me a perception roll, Mr. Bunny, as you are trying to fly around, because you just have your normal tiefling eyes, you know.
Yes, though I'm
Yeah.
great at these.
Yeah.
I'm great at perception checks. It's not the
Not
worst.
bad.
That's not.
It's not bad.
bad.
It's not
average.
not the worst. Yeah.
I have definitely seen worse perceptions.
Oh yes.
Mostly from me.
So this is going to take you a while to kind of scour around. You don't see anything near you, so how far away from your friends do you wish to fly?
I mean, I'll go on like a decent radius, but not like
Sure.
too crazy far out.
Give
Like I'll
me a
say like
number.
200 feet
Going up, aren't you?
away.
200
well,
feet?
like-
That's not that far.
Okay, well I'll go like 500.
Feet?
Yeah.
A
Okay.
dragon comes out
Okay.
of the
Okay.
sky.
I'll give you time wise. I'll go like I don't know 10 minutes out, and then like a radius.
Okay, sure. All right. So you're doing that. You got the 5 to 10 minutes out. What are you all doing while Abaddon's doing that?
I'm going to tell everybody, since everything's on edge, I'll lead the party for a while. So that way I'm first in line if something goes to attack.
Where are we going?
Well, which if he comes down and tells us a direction, that's where we're going to head. Like if he spots it, we can just beeline it there.
In the meantime, though, look at all this snow.
I wouldn't do a snow angel, Donnie.
Why not?
The obvious danger's past now.
It's safe
Okay.
to do a snow angel.
Snow angels are back on.
Everybody do the flop. Flop.
I don't want to
I
flop
do
it.
not.
No.
I will not do the flop
Everybody
just
do
because
the
I'm afraid
flop?
my spikes will stick me to the ground.
That's never happened before.
No, but I also don't put it past the DM to pop it on there one time. We're like, oh yeah, well you're stuck in a frozen tree now. That happened to be
I don't know what
underneath
you're
you.
talking about. I've never done anything like that ever.
See?
Yet.
How goes Air Abaddon?
So,
Mhm.
while you guys are chilling on the ground, making or not making snow angels, Abaddon, you fly a little ways out. Everything's just kind of coated in varying shades of white and blue around you. You don't really see anything that looks like towers nearby within the 5 to 10 minutes around you. So it's probably going to be further in whatever direction Kasula was going.
Okay.
She was headed northish. So if you wish to go northish, you can continue going northish, or you can come back to your companions.
I'll head a bit farther out, sure.
Sure. So you go about another 10 more minutes. So you're like 20 minutes away from your party. Now, what is your fly speed? Is it just your normal walk speed?
Yeah, but like if need be, I'll kind of like, dip, dive, dodge. I go a little faster to try to speed things up a bit.
Sure.
Like like flying down, getting speed a bit, be like, oh, like maybe I see something, and then I just go, I'm like, no, that's not it, and then fly back up a bit slow, but then do that motion a few times.
Of course, of course. Give me one more perception check, please.
Oh, great. Be higher, please. Oh, that's definitely higher.
Oh, good.
About as good as that's a good one I get.
What?
Going back yet? What?
Whatever I just said.
Are you speaking? I don't under.
It's about as good as I'm gonna get.
Oh no. All right. Okay.
Wow.
So while you're kind of in the air, scouting around looking for these towers and everything, you do look down from time to time just to kind of check the ground level stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You do see in like the path, about 20 minutes away from your party, you do see movement on the ground.
Okay.
Do you get closer?
How high would you say I am in the moment that I spot this?
You're like 200 feet up.
I'll drop down like 100.
You gotta get
Okay.
murked by a rock.
So you get
Nah.
a little closer to the ground, and you see that there appears to be some lady, because you can tell that she's bundled up in some kind of like fur type thing, and she's walking along doing her own thing, and she doesn't appear to be bothered by the snow at all. How much closer do you get? What was that again?
I'll say up to 100 feet.
100
But, like,
feet above,
yeah.
right?
Above, yeah. And I'll kind of like, do you like that bird like almost circle of sorts?
So you're attempting to hide, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to almost look like a bird, although I know I'm not going to be very successful, but I'm
Give me
going
a
to
stealth check.
attempt.
Caw, caw.
Caw.
Ha 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 ha. Yep.
Aw, I forgot.
I've seen average.
That book is terrible. Caw.
Alright. Let's see what she rolls. Interesting.
Never been judged by a bird before.
Right?
Okay. So, as you are attempting to be stealthy up in the air, you notice that the woman kind of stops for a moment and she looks around herself. And then she looks straight up and she sees you in the sky as you are purple in her bluish white area. She spots you without too much trouble. And now that she's kind of looking up at you, you do notice something very strange. She appears to have a very strange skin tone. It's like a lightish blue, and her hair is pure white. And she's beckoning to you to come towards her.
Does she look hostile in any way?
She is not. Give me. Actually, no. I'm not gonna tell you nothing. Hold on. Give me. What's that thing that you guys fail a whole bunch?
Insight?
Insight. Yeah, give me an insight.
Wow,
check.
thank you. I'm gonna fail this now that you said that. What? Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. It was like 22, and I'm like,
You can't just manifest a failure like that and not expect for it to show up.
I mean, true. Dude, my heart was like 22. I'm like 20. Can't be playing with me like that, dice.
I mean, from here, she doesn't appear to be aggressive in any particular way.
Okay.
So I mean, it's like it's up to you. What you want to do here, She does not appear aggressive.
I'll like drop down to like 40 feet and like hover a bit.
40 feet
Again.
above her, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. 1 second.
I rolled a 2 insight. I think she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. I mean, yeah, she doesn't do anything specific, but she is like waving you down. And she has like this giant grin on her face as if she's happy to see you. With your insight check, it's not creepy at all, but if you
No,
were kind of
definitely not.
looking at her, her lips are like pulled back a little bit so all rows of her teeth can be seen while she's smiling at you. And it's just kind of like, you know, in Attack on Titans when they're opening their mouth, and it's
Mhm.
just that full row of teeth right there. She's
Mhm.
upward smiling at you with that. Just mouth full open, hand extended, beckoning you towards her. And you can see her mouth moving, but you can't hear any words quite yet. She must be too quiet. You'd have to get closer to hear.
Abaddon's dead.
Yeah, is this where we lose Abaddon?
This is probably
Right.
where we lose Abaddon.
I mean, I trust her because I
You
I
do
don't
not
get any
trust.
bad. Hey, sorry,
Okay.
not trust. I don't get any bad vibes from her at this moment in time.
Uh-huh.
So
But
you know, but
you're
like
also not...
you know,
Yeah.
like yeah. I guess there's a woman in the middle of a winter wonderland. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna like drop down to like 20 feet and then like back a bit away and like land or like hover above the ground at
Okay.
like
I don't
five-ish
think
feet.
you have the hover action, do you?
Well, like I like flap my wings above, like, you know, it's like it's
Okay.
like one of those like you know like movie scenes of like you know drop down of decent ways, like flap like twice and then land,
Sure.
like one of those things. But like I'll
Yeah.
do it in about like a 15-20 foot distance
Okay.
from her.
Okay. Sure. So you do this and you land, and she begins, you notice that she does have a staff with her, and she's like walking towards you slowly so she appears to be older than you know it originally
Okay.
appeared.
Okay.
But she is coming towards you. And you can kind of hear her mumbling now. You can't quite make out the words just yet, but you definitely hear her mumbling. Um, and eventually you do catch in common, because the other language you couldn't quite understand. She says, yes, please come. How are you? Are you lost? Are you lost? And she's getting
No.
closer to you.
I
How
like hold
close
my
do
hand.
you allow her?
Like 10 feet.
Okay, all right. So she's within 10 feet of you. She's within 10 feet of you, and she's holding her staff. She's got it clutched in her hand. And you notice that now that you're closer to her, her skin is a fair shade of blue. It could just be, you know, whatever species she's currently, you know, looking at. And I will post in chat and for chat to see what you guys are looking at. Hang on, let me just grab
Let's
this
see what-
image real
yeah.
quick. She's
Must mean you're excited about it.
She's totally not intimidating, probably. So
Totally not. I've done seen some weird stuff in this day.
That's what you see. Right there.
Good fucking God.
That's what you
Oh,
see there,
good.
Abaddon.
We
that's
love that.
in front of you, and she's
Okay.
minus the skulls. She doesn't have the skulls on her belt.
Okay,
Um,
no,
That
that's
doesn't
fine.
make it better.
So she's smiling at you in this very, very sweet old granny voice, and she says, hello, yes. I was just on my way home. It's a very nice warm place. Would you like to come with me? I could always use the company.
Where's your home?
Oh, it's a little ways that way. It's only about 30 minutes walk. It does take these old bones a little bit to get there, but you know how it is. Would you like to accompany me?
Do you live with anybody else?
Oh, I do have my sisters with me. Yes.
Sisters, there's more of you.
Oh, yes, yes. So, her whole family over there. They're very sweet. We love travelers. Mm-hmm. You should come. You should come. We don't get many, oh, what was it? Tieflings in this area. Yes.
On the part where she says we don't get many travelers, can I insight check that for anything malicious?
I mean, sure.
Cause like that struck.
I mean,
Come on, please. Okay, it's better than a 2.
let's see.
Still not great, but it's not like terrible.
So she had said we don't get many travelers. I mean, she doesn't say it maliciously in any capacity.
Okay.
It's not like she hates travelers. No, you don't get that vibe from it. It sounded like she was just making conversation, inviting you to a nice warm abode to hang out at.
I appreciate the kind gesture, but I do have things to do.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, if you do find yourself lost in the snow, you are more than welcome to come with. Here, let me give you a gift. If you need to find me, you can use this to come straight to my home. And she'll pull out this little crystal thing, and it's the same tone, like the same color as her skin. And she will be reaching out towards you, and you notice at this point that she has very long, gnarled fingernails. But she offers this to you in an open palm format. And she says, "Here, take this. If you are ever lost, I am more than happy to bring you to my home."
Not moving, I will flick my hand and I will mage hand it to me.
Okay.
And
She
I will mage hand
smiles
it
even
into
bigger.
my backpack.
More of her teeth are showing now, and she retracts her hand. "Lovely, lovely. Well, I must be on my way. My sisters are waiting for me. Do be careful. Be safe. These woods are not very, accommodating these days. Bye-bye." And she'll turn around and begin to slowly walk her way back through the snow.
Before you leave,
Yes.
I didn't catch your name.
Oh, it's been so long since someone's asked me for my name. Why don't you give me one? Oh, what do you think my name should be?
AKA
I'm,
Cat didn't give it a name.
I'm terrible with names, for the record. I'm not sure.
That's all right. I do fancy, how about Quartz? You can call me Quartz. I like that name.
Sure. Why not?
Excellent. Anything else?
That is all.
Very good. Goodbye, young traveler. She'll continue on her way.
I will. I'll watch her leave for like a solid 100 paces.
All right, well, she is very old looking and very slow, so, she's going to
Okay,
take
50
a while.
paces then. 50 paces. Well, okay. When she's a good distance away.
Sure.
Good GTFO.
Yeah.
All right, so you GTFO after your designated amount of time, and you are back up in the sky. I'm assuming heading back towards your companions.
Yes.
Okay. So you take the 20 minutes to get back to your companions. So at this point, everyone else still in the encampment. It has been about 20 minutes. So before Abaddon comes back, is there anything you all would like to do without him there?
How long has he been gone?
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yes.
Not really.
Kath, what do I know about Yetis?
What do you know about Yetis? Survival check? A 13.
Yes.
You know that usually they travel alone. They're always hunting for food, as the creatures that you know they're always hungry. Their fur usually allows them to walk pretty much unhindered through snowy type terrains because they are very well hidden, and they're very good hunters. And that is as much as you know.
Hmm. Oh, anybody got a dagger?
Also territorial.
Let me look. I think I might have one.
Some Yeti fur armor sounds pretty cool.
Are you skinning this poor thing?
Well,
It's
I was
dead. It can't be a poor thing.
I was certainly thinking about it.
Okay.
I'll pull out some of my leatherworking tools.
So you guys are going to attempt to skin the rest of this, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Elise will not look while you guys are doing that. Go ahead and give me a survival check to see how well you skin it.
Can I get assistance from you, Isaac?
Sure.
Okay, you may roll at advantage.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this is the alligator all over again.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we did much better than the alligator this time.
I don't even know what you guys did with the alligator stuff. Oh, you didn't take it, did
We
you? Because
completely ruined it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
There
That's
was-
right.
We couldn't even make a belt out of it.
Yeah, we really messed it up.
Isaac's
That's
still
right.
sad. Isaac's still sad about that.
All right, so with this one, you did learn from your mistakes, you know, back in the day of not skinning something well. So you do skin this thing. Now, you have the fur. You're going to have to, like, tan it and stuff.
Well,
How do
Mr.
you plan on
Leatherworker,
doing that?
Well, I've got leatherworking tools. I don't think there's any tanning tools.
no, but the cold should keep it safe and fresh enough until we can get proper, but we can at least treat it and prepare it.
Yeah.
Okay.
until
Honestly,
that time comes.
Isaac will tell you to probably just wrap it, lay the skin out, wrap some snow and ice inside it, and then roll it up. And then we can put it away and maybe wrap a rope around it.
All right.
So you guys
That's what I'll do.
You guys take the skin that you have successfully taken off of this Yeti, and you kind of roll it out onto the blood-covered snow at this point, and you rub the insides with a lot of snow and ice, you know, trying to clean it up as best you can. And then once you've done that, you pack it with a little bit more, and then you kind of roll it in on itself, so it's in a nice little snow impact thing. Now, it is very, very heavy because it is from a large creature. Where do you intend to put this? It is 20 pounds.
Are you carrying it or am I carrying it?
I'll make a deal with you. I hold up the head. There's 2 good-sized horns. How about you carry it? I'll get these horns off and make us matching cups.
Fuck, you know my weakness. All right.
Now I don't have to carry it.
All right, Isaac, how are you carrying this thing?
He'll use a little bit of his rope, and he'll basically adjust his. He'll basically take his backpack off, put that on his back, and then take the backpack, extend the straps, and put that over on the outside of it.
Okay. Okay. That's
You're gonna like Thor Ragnarok this kind of deal almost.
I have not seen that.
Okay. Anyways.
I have also not seen that.
Anyways, he puts a head on his back with a rope. I know. But anyways.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you all finish that, you see Abaddon's little purple dot coming into view from a distance. Abaddon, you see that there is a nice giant bloody mess currently down there next to everybody. And
It looks like we massacred something while you were gone.
you landed pretty close. to Dongrave and Elise.
Welcome back. Did you find
Thank
anything
you.
cool?
Sorry, before I like fully landed while I was still flying, could I like have looked at the object that I was given, which is my mage hand? I'm not touching it still.
Sure. So the item that you were given appears to be a crystal about the size of your palm. A nice cylindrical crystal, and
Okay.
it appears to have a soft blue glow within it.
And you said I could find her with this?
Something like that.
Okay. I just put it in one of the side pouches of my backpack,
Okay.
and then I land back. with my people.
Sure.
Yes.
So you land. Dongrave asks you how you
Hello.
are.
Not bad. Did I end up spotting the things or no?
No.
Okay. Reconnaissance did not see anything for a good while out, about 10, 15 minutes out. Didn't find anything. So it'll be still more of a trek before I'll do another flyby, and kind of up above us.
Did you see any dangers on the way? Asked Elise.
I did not see any dangers, no.
All right. Well, I
Nothing to
guess
worry
we
about
can-
then.
Not that I could tell. I was, keep my eye out pretty good on the ground, so I saw movement once, but it was nothing.
Like, what do you mean nothing?
It was like probably like it was something small, like a rabbit or something, I assume.
All right. Kazula!
Yes, if we're all ready, we can keep on trekking forward. Trekking forward. So you guys are gonna
Huzzah.
head
I'll
on to
lead the way.
that direction. We're gonna stay in this snow map while you all are traveling because it's easier.
You have a snow travel road? Couldn't be me.
Kath, I have
Sorry.
a quick question.
Yes.
How well do I know Kasula? Just like, has she been around since I showed up?
Yes.
Okay. Does her mannerisms for this feel consistent with her normal mannerisms?
Insight check.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
22.
She seems a little more manic than normal. And she's pretty manic, and she seems a little unhinged than her usual self. From the talking to a comatose old lady, to following instructions without any kind of informational backing, she's being very manic.
Okay. So Kasula, is there anything it's serious because I used your actual name here. Is there anything we need to be worried about while we're going on this adventure? Is there something you're worried about while we're going on this adventure? I don't know. Something just feels a little off.
No. I mean, okay. Well, let's think.
Or is there anything you'd like to share with us for us to keep an eye out for? We're not at the guild headquarters anymore. It's not like Joe Beck's going to be like, gosh darn it, Kazula, I can't believe you've done this.
Okay. All right.
It's just the 6 of us.
Yes.
And we're all pretty cool. Abaddon's really good at keeping secrets. He ate a person once.
Wait, Abaddon.
Listen, I did not eat a person. Okay? Did not
It was more
happen.
like sampling.
You're right. It is more like sampling. He just, it's fine. And we haven't
It was a
told anyone
pot. I
else
thought it
about
was
that.
charcoal. Okay.
Wait,
Like
you
charcoal.
ate humans?
It was like dust. I didn't know it was a person until the ghost thing. I think it was a ghost told us that it was a person. Didn't know. I just wanted to see if I could assume it was an urn or a pot thing. And then it turned out it was a human, but dust, and I decided, yeah. Anyways.
Ah, well, that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Well, here's the thing about the location we're going towards. As far as the lore around it goes, it could possibly lead to some kind of extra dimensional space and time that could possibly lead us to the present or the future, the past, and we might be able to change certain events if we're there on time. So I thought it'd be really cool to kind of go check it out and see if we could turn it on.
Did you say time travel?
God damn it! I was about to say,
damn
right
it.
hear that? Please tell me you
You've
didn't hear
triggered him
that.
now.
Kasula,
Yeah.
I'm fully on board because we've done this before.
It
Yeah,
sounds
we time
cool,
traveled
right?
once.
You
We've
did.
already done it once.
We did do it once.
Yeah, we went back to the past.
I think there was more like a flashback.
Shut up, Abaddon!
Okay.
We got to experience the
Still
past.
mad at you.
Like, we got to experience the past. I'd call that time travel.
Sure.
All right, well,
I do
Cool,
remember.
thanks
I
for
do
the info.
remember something about that in one of your reports. I thought that was really interesting,
Mhm.
which
Yes,
did
it
lead me
was.
to start researching a little bit more. So the place that we're supposed to be finding is apparently one of the places that one of the heroes may or may not have fallen in the past, but they. The
good.
stories are he did fall, but then he didn't fall, which is where the time thing comes into play. So maybe he did or he didn't, and then he came back somewhere else later in time. Maybe when we get there, he's actually going to be there. I don't know, man. It's really interesting, and I really want to go mess with it. That's
Let's
my-
go!
out of character, sounds like we're the heroes of the old. Anyway, let's keep going.
That's gonna be really funny if we're actually the heroes of old.
Let's go!
Let's
Timey-wimey
go!
nonsense.
Well, woo.
All right, so you guys are starting to travel north a little bit. As you were traveling, does anybody, I don't know, look for stuff and things?
I will be keeping an internal clock
I keep my eye
on the
open.
distance from the person I saw.
I'm
Alright.
out front to make sure that anything comes charging at us, I could be in its way.
Sure.
How's everyone feeling hit points wise? Like, we all
I'm
doing-
fine.
we all
I mean,
feeling-
I have
I
like,
know you're fine.
I have like a scratch or two on me.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if like it messed up on me or something. I could have swore I took a hit last time, but I look at my stuff and it says I'm fully healed. So I'm like, okay.
I don't remember who all
I'm-
was in.
I'm
the-
pretty
Killed, like,
sure that
pretty
I'm the one
fast.
that got almost all the damage last.
Yeah, it
last
was
session.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it
I
was
did
100%
take
red.
47 myself. So
Mm.
Yeah,
That too.
I took a good chunk of that, making sure Abaddon didn't get it.
I mean, I would have been fine.
I'll remember that next time.
he's mad at you.
Red
Okay.
was the tank.
I will give me and Red a cure wounds real quick while we're traveling.
Sure. Cure
This one's for me.
wounds. Lovely.
And this one's for Red.
Damn.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
and-
Magic Man.
and then I will use my Harness Divine Power to get those 2 spell slots back.
Okie dokie. So for those of you that are kind of traveling through the tundra, at this point, with your passive perceptions, you do notice. Why are you blind?
Sorry, I found some toggles on D&D Beyond. Disregard. I'm sorry.
What?
I can't believe you blinded yourself.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
Donnie over there sticks his fingers in his eyes, like, ah!
Yeah.
Look, it
Are
says
you-
I have
are
no
you
active
okay? I'm
condition.
fine,
That
I'm
means
fine.
I'm unblinded. It's fine. I just blinked for a second.
You've never
I was
blinked
keeping my
before.
eyes
Just
open. That was
Donnie
me
over there
blinking.
rubbing his eyes. Just, why did I do that?
Okay.
There's like a few pieces of snow that fill in your eye. You're like, ow, and you have to like rub them.
Ow, jeez, my eyeballs, raw. Okay.
Balls, why would they do that?
Some snow hurts, okay?
Okay. All right, so you all are traveling, you're traveling. Red, since you are the ranger, and I know you're looking for tracks and stuff like that.
That's factually accurate and actually accurate.
Never mind.
Go ahead and give me a survival check, please.
Okay. Does this count for a foresty area?
There are a few trees, yes. Interesting.
11.
Okay, you do not find any tracks or anything as you guys are walking. Abaddon, as you all pass the area of the thing that you're keeping track of, Red is on the other side of the field and doesn't see the tracks the old lady left behind.
Do I clock the other tracks?
You see them, yes.
Okay, cool.
And they continue off in the direction that she went.
Okay.
So you guys are walking. So you've been going at it for about an hour now. At this point, you know, everyone's it's snow, right? So you all are trudging through it here. It's about ankle deep now with all the snow around you. This is basically the travel scene currently with all of you all doing stuff. So is there anything you want to talk about or do while you're traveling? Or are we fast forwarding?
I get the horns off the head and leave it. If it's been a weakened thing, then it's not a worthy trophy.
I see. I mean, hunger doesn't make you weak, does it?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Well, you also said that like it's been starving and it's thin.
Well, for a Yeti.
That's what Isaac relayed.
Yeah. All right, that's fair.
So,
So
that's
you
not a worthy
toss
enough
the
trophy
head.
for Maelor.
Mm-hmm. Wow. All right, so you while walking, are trying to take the horns out. So go ahead and give me a survival check at disadvantage.
Damn.
You're walking and trying to rip the horns off of something.
I'll
What
wait.
tools?
I will wait until I can get these off properly.
All right. My goodness. All right, so you are traveling, you're doing the walk thing. 2 hours go by. If you wish to do anything at hour 2, please let me know. Otherwise, we will continue.
I wonder what Marco's doing.
Man, he could be doing anything right now.
I mean, he's
Except-
probably sulking right now.
No, he probably went up to the boss and said, you know, let him know, like, hey, since we're gone, maybe he can get a job to do something.
Maybe.
I bet he's enjoying his time off.
I mean, he's probably sleeping, yeah.
He does sleep a lot.
To be fair, Isaac's constantly drilling him.
I'll make that boy stronger.
I think he's plenty strong. He's
Oh,
doing
no.
well.
That's like I told Elise. I'm not training him to be a soldier. I'm training him to be a leader.
But you're training him as a soldier.
To be a leader one day.
What if he just wants to hang out with our party? Why does he have to be a leader? What did I miss?
Nothing, Donnie.
No, I feel like we all missed something here.
I have a
Okay.
reason for what I'm doing.
Oh, fair enough.
Does Marco know about it?
Does
He'll
Marco
figure
know
it out.
about what?
Does Marco know that he's being trained to be a leader? Are you going to usurp Jobek? I will
No.
not be taking part in that, sir.
No, we're not doing revolutions.
Why
Does
would
Marco
we?
need to be a leader then for? I don't understand.
This is why I.
I'm also a bit confused on that end.
That's fine. You all don't need to know.
But I gotta. You don't understand.
All right. Hour 3 is coming upon you as you guys are still kind of trudging through the snow. It is getting a little more snowy at this point, and you are getting into the afternoon times now. It's getting a little cloudy overhead. A little bit colder. Kasula's
Do
still
I-
pressing on.
I'm gonna check weather with survival.
Okay.
And do we got a storm coming?
Do you Do you have to roll? for
Mayhaps. Yeah, I'm working on it. A 20?
I saw that one.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks like there's probably going to be a blizzard in the next hour or two.
Hey, Kasula, we need to hunker down.
Hunker down.
Don't
We
you have a
gotta
house
keep
or something?
going.
We have a blizzard on the way.
Oh, but
Kasula.
oh.
The cool timey-wimey stuff is stationary, right? Like it doesn't travel through space and time, and now's our only chance to get there, right?
I mean, I assume not, but you know, this is stuff and things.
Well, it'll be there later then, or tomorrow. I don't remember what time of day it is. Are
I
we
mean,
getting ready?
regardless, if we're ones that are potentially dangerous, going through a blizzard is a very bad idea.
Mm.
I agree with Red on this.
I also agree with Red on this, despite
Very
having never been in
well.
a blizzard.
Very well. I will set up camp for us. You guys go do what you need to do while I set up camp. So she pulls out a bag and she starts pulling out some poles. So it's obviously some kind of bag of holding. And she's pulling out some poles for a tent, and she's pulling out the tent, you know, canvas and everything, and she's getting it all laid out, ready to be set up.
Wait, doesn't
So-
she have like a big? Why do I have this in my mind that she had like some sort of portable castle or something?
Oh, no. So here's the thing. I did some thinking about that. No, we assumed that she had some magical camp thing when all she said was, I have a really big tent.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did some thinking about that today. I was like, fuck. It's
Can we
gonna
put
be
our
cold.
tents inside of her tent? For
I'm
extra?
going to set up my
Isn't
tent
that
as well,
big?
Kath.
Tent in a tent.
Tent and a tent and a tent.
Does her tent hold all of us? Maybe we
Yeah.
should all be in the same tent to share.
Her
a
tent
Yeah,
would
we
her tent would
definitely
happily
should.
hold all of you. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You try to you try to share warmth with a lady, she might hit you.
Look, I'm all about consensual sharing of warmth. Okay.
Oh boy.
You don't have to be weird about it. We can just all be in the same tent so that
You
we
know-
are
you know
sharing
damn well we're
our
gonna make this
ambient warmth.
What?
I'm not saying we all have to spoon, Isaac.
I mean, to be fair, how much weirder can it get? I'm pretty sure all of you except for Kasula has seen me naked.
It's true.
I'm pretty sure
I
Kasula's seen you
haven't-
naked. You
I
just
have not
changed
seen
right in
it.
front of her when we got here.
She turned around.
Did she?
I also turned around.
I don't know. I didn't look.
Did you?
Kasula, did you sneak a glance?
I am not interested.
That's not what I was.
That's just hurtful.
I know. Yeah,
That's
that's
not
vile. I would never. Not if it's Abaddon.
Don't you hurt him like that.
What did you say?
Nothing. It's fine.
I zoned out again.
Yeah, we
figured.
know.
Gosh darn it.
So I know that it's gonna be either hard or impossible. But I'm gonna try and find us something to eat here. I know it's gonna be damn near impossible because all
Sure.
the big stuff's gone. But I want to try and find something.
I got drinkage. We're fine. Does Kasula's tent have a chimney? Can we put a fire inside of it?
Yes, you can put a fire in the middle of it. Yes, yes.
There, we'll be perfect. It's like a yurt or whatever.
Yes. Yes? Yes. That sounds like something. I don't know what the heck a yurt is. Hang on, let me Google this.
I also do not know.
Yurt? Is it yurt? Is it yurt?
Oh,
Yes. Yes. It is like that, yes.
kaboom.
Did you
22.
just say kobold?
I said kaboom.
Boom.
Oh,
He's rolling.
I see. Okay. So you are able to search around a little bit. You're not able to find any game. You are able to find some like winter roots and things like that you can kind of boil in a stew to make them, you know, thicker. But that's it's probably about all. That's all you got.
Damn it.
There's not much out there. There's really not much out there.
Yeah, I didn't think there would be, but well, we have rations for a reason, I suppose.
Yes.
I will pull out some dried meat.
I'm just going to pocket the roots and such.
Okay. That is fair. Does this
Yeah.
work?
I got salted meats, so I'm gonna mimic
Red! Oh my gosh!
stew.
Is Red back?
It's gonna take him a while, but he'll be back eventually. Why? What's going on?
Oh, I'm gonna wait till he comes back to reveal this. It's fine.
Okay.
You got
Okay.
that one thing, don't you?
What one thing?
The one thing that clerics can do with food and water.
No, I don't have that.
Oh,
Sad.
I also don't need it, but it's fine.
Okay, so Red will come back now while you guys are setting up your tents and stuff.
So Red's back.
Yes, Red is back.
Red, check this out. And then I pull a cork out of my alchemy jug, and I dump a rather viscous liquid into a cup, and I pass it to Red. It's like, look,
What?
it's honey.
Is it?
It's honey. Yeah. I was looking at the alchemy jug I purchased, and one of these spouts pours out honey.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you were looking for honey, right? I think.
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I could hear the pain in his voice.
Like, do you just give me the cup?
Of course I do. Enjoy some honey on me. I got a whole gallon of it. It's a lot
thanks.
of fucking honey. I mean, it'll pour out honey until the end of the day. So
I take the roots and start dipping them in the honey and eat it.
Jeebus.
Take
Is that how big your tent is?
that's
Yes.
big yurt.
That is enormous.
She brought enough space for everybody to sleep in.
Does she magically put it together, or does she like spend the afternoon putting this
She
construction
seems
together
to be
by herself?
having fun putting it together by herself. If you guys offer to help her, she's like, "No, I've done this before." And she
I would have made you all aware that you guys have an hour before that storm hits, by the way. I would have made you aware of that, so I don't care how much fun she was having.
She's having a lot of fun putting this together. So, yes. Well,
Is there a tent scene? I'd like to go into the tent now. It's cold.
yeah, there's not a tent scene, but you can go into the tent, and that's where you guys can sit. and
Yes,
stuff.
the tent.
Yes.
I will claim a spot for my sleeping bag. That doesn't look like it was already claimed by Kahlua.
Yes. Very good. Oh,
Oh God, it's so cold again.
I'm so sorry.
The
Hang
tent.
on. What did I do?
Isaac, what have you done?
I'm sorry.
Oh no, what did I do to my tent? Hang on.
Did you magic the tent away?
No, hang on.
There's two of
over
them.
there.
Okay. Alright.
Dula's cloning tent.
I apparently accidentally
Well, she can clone it. Make two of them.
to it. There we go. Alright.
Make one for each of us.
So you guys are inside the tent now. You claim your spots. About the time that she finishes putting the tent together, Red, that storm that you knew was coming, is starting to settle in on all of you, and it is getting pretty thick as far as the snow and everything. So, who is gonna stay outside in the snow for a little bit?
Have
Isaac
it
staying
on.
in the snow.
Abaddon can if nobody else does.
You want to stay in the snow?
What, like to sleep in the snow? Why
Like
would you
to
do that?
Just normal
But-
watch.
We mean like to stay watch, like to keep watch, right?
A normal watch, you nerds.
Yeah, Abaddon
While
would
it's
be
going
outside.
on, I'm gonna get Isaac. I'm gonna help him with something. Like, hey, so bring your shovel.
I have a ring of warmth. I can handle up to negative 50 degrees Celsius.
Oh wait, that's over here.
So underneath a tree like this during the snow, you can build an embankment. The top of the tree will protect you, and the sides of the embankment will protect you from the rest of the weather. And you'll have like a little den that you can keep watch on and still stay relatively warm.
Does Kahlua have any magic to help us with watch?
Do you have a lantern?
I do.
All right, just keep the lantern lit, but the embankment here that you're gonna make will make sure the light doesn't escape,
Hang
and the
on,
lantern will
Andre.
keep you plenty warm.
How's it
And
go?
I'll take it when you get off watch. And I drop a
Red.
water skin for you.
Could you bring me some coals?
Yeah. Here, take this, and it's a water skin filled full of ale.
And he'll start digging it out, and he'll dig it a little deeper than what Red instructed.
All right, well, you're digging into the frozen ground.
Yep.
Well, it's just supposed to use the snow. He's not supposed to dig the ground.
Well, I'm using the snow, but when I get to the ground, I am going to go down about a foot or two.
You can't. Give me a strength check to see if you can without breaking your shovel.
All right. Boom. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm still barbarianed up.
So
Oh, no, yeah.
It's less
there
than
we
an
go.
8?
Yeah, that'd be less than an 8.
Okay.
Or whatever. Whichever one of
So-
the... They both fail, so whichever one you want on that.
Sure. So
Tell her
as
date.
you are digging through the snow, you reach the ground underneath, and you're like, I'm gonna dig a little bit further, and you like put your shovel to the ground, and you feel that it is extremely solid, almost like rock. But you're like, I can probably do it. It's fine, and you go to like, do your normal dig in with your foot thing and like shovel it over your shoulder, and it just kind of feels like you're hitting a metal wall. It is not budging at all.
Okay.
But you got all the snow out of the way.
Yep.
There does appear to be grass under all this snow that was frozen. Abaddon, are you staying outside? Abaddon?
Abaddon!
Oh, huh? So yeah.
Are you staying outside?
If somebody's yeah, I keep I said I could keep a first watch.
You
yeah.
don't need to keep a first watch. Get in here, says Kasula.
All right.
So once you guys get into the tent, Kasula, you can see that she has a strange looking fire in the middle of the tent. And so she's keeping it like stoked, and she's got it there, and she's poking it, and she says, this fire will alert us if anything nearby is dangerous, so we'll be totally fine.
I've also set my arrow trap.
Why is Isaac outside? Can Isaac come in the tent with us?
Of course, if he wishes.
Nobody has told Isaac. He is on guard duty at the moment.
Oh yeah, I'll tell him.
While you're setting your arrow trap?
Yeah. I can't. Oh, nope. That's not correct.
Because you're not on the walking one.
You're right.
Made a little igloo out here for myself.
Oh,
So
hey.
you see Isaac
apparently,
just finished digging his hole as you get over there.
Apparently, Kasula's got a magic fire that'll warn us if something gets close. So just come on inside.
All right, man. I don't trust that, but all right.
No, I don't either. That's why the arrow trap's up.
All right, cool.
So, and Kasula will slap her hands together. Well, this is fun. As you guys kind of hunker down, you hear the heavy snowfall outside getting thicker and thicker. Abaddon, even though you have your ring, you feel the temperature drop lower and lower, even to like the brink of the ring, and you are also starting to feel cold. If you get a little closer to the fire, you definitely feel warmer. So Kasula's fire is also heating the tent to a acceptable level of warmth for everyone.
Is there windows?
Because it's negative and negative 50 degrees Celsius.
No,
You could
there's no
still
windows.
feel cold.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Well, yeah, true. Yeah.
There are no
Yeah,
windows.
that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
I just, yeah, everything I wear is unarmed by temperature. So They're unharmed. So I mean, I'd still be wearing my like warmer gear
Sure.
because I did procure some warmer gear that is somewhat of like a purple color, like blacks and stuff.
That's too far. There we go.
All right, cool.
There's your snow.
God, this is much too relaxing for me. This snow just.
Snow's too relaxing.
I hate winter, but like
Oh, God, I love
snowing
winter.
is so good.
I love winter so much.
All right, so you
Yeah,
guys
you ever-
are.
You ever want to see two bearded guys have a lot of fun? That's me and Spleen in the wintertime.
So you guys are chilling inside this tent here, and Kasula says, all right, well. Since we do have some time, does anybody know any campfire stories they want to tell?
Is Kasula's magic bonfire also actually fire?
Yes.
For example, if I were to cast Thaumaturgy, could I change the color of it for the spooky part of the campfire stories?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Well, if someone tells a spooky story, I'll be ready to add ambience with the fire.
I
Excellent.
don't have any.
You don't have any spooky stories? Come on, you guys have been traveling for a long time. Tell me some stories.
Doesn't she know about all of our
There
stories?
was this time we were alerted by some movement in the camp, and a bunch of severed hands were crawling towards the camp.
Oh man, that may have been the worst and best encounter.
That sounds awful. Tell me about it.
There was a lot of them, and
Mhm.
they blow up when they get hit by fire.
Mhm.
And I believe the Kona phrase was chain reaction.
It was so cool. I summoned a bunch of bugs to eat them. That part was cool too.
Ooh. That is very interesting. So I'm assuming they were undead.
Yeah, they were.
They were like the golem creatures from previous town we were at, right? But hand
Yeah.
versions.
Yeah, they had that red liquid in them that highly combustible.
That's very interesting. Hmm.
Do you get out to the field often?
I'm on the field right now, aren't I?
That's not what I asked.
You got you there.
Well, we are all
That's not what he
also-
asked.
It's not even what I asked.
I was also down in the sewers with you all, if you remember.
Was that the last time before this?
I get out enough. I touch grass. It's fine.
That's not
Stop. God,
fucking hell.
I touch grass.
Isaac like sticks his hand out of the tent and touches the little grass too. Yeah, I do too.
Sorry.
I can't.
I get
After that, I
out.
can't win.
I
Well,
get
I was
out.
just curious.
Of course. You didn't think that I would stay inside and be like obsessed over
Yes.
certain things times and reading the books and things about the curtain adventure that we're on. I wouldn't do that for
Yes.
much.
That's weird because that's exactly what I thought you did.
I know. Isn't it crazy? I totally don't do that. No. I
Oh,
go
well, that's
out.
good to know.
Yeah. Insight check.
I don't know.
On it.
Sure.
You're talking to the guy with 8 charisma, ma'am. He doesn't
Yeah.
understand social cues.
That is
I'll
okay.
I'll insight also because it's funny.
But I also have low charisma, so I'm gonna know whether or not she's lying, but I'm not gonna think that of it. It's fine.
Actually, roll high for me.
Yes. So, Dawngrave, you and Isaac, and anybody else who's not read, will notice that she is obviously being sassy. But Red doesn't pick up on it, so it's fine.
Hmm.
Dawngrave, you notice also on the underlying sass part of it that she's saying exactly what she did for the last month to get ready for this adventure. So-
Seems she's projecting.
So that is what you've done. All right. So you told her the hands story. Interesting. She likes that. She says, "Well, let me tell you this story. One time there was a guildmate. There was a guildmate who brought me back this very, very strange looking orb thing, right? And
Was
in
it
this
us?
orb thing, I'm telling a story.
Because if it was us, we know. We were there.
Reg.
You feel a smack on the back of your head.
Was it Elise?
I'm telling a story. You do see Elise next to you, and she's looking at you with this, like, terrified expression on her face, like, don't interrupt her.
Kill us all. Except for Isaac, because Isaac's safe. He already asked.
Now I don't even remember my story anymore. You've distracted me. Never mind.
It was the orb.
It was no. No.
We brought you this orb.
No. It wasn't you. It was a guildmate. My goodness.
Tell me about this orb.
Who was a guildmate?
I was just going to say it was interesting. I was studying it late one evening, you know, determining how much to pay specifically to this guild member for bringing it back. And it appeared to have actually been stolen from a crypt nearby. So we had to, of course, go return it. But in the meantime, how we figured it out is that there was the ghost of an angry lady inside that they had stolen from the tomb. Apparently, she had been imprisoned in the crystal. And she really wanted to get out. It's kind of like a genie in a bottle kind of thing, except very, very angry. And she didn't grant wishes. So,
That's just terrible.
we had to like free her soul and then go put this back in the crypt or do some crazy thing. I don't know. There was a cleric who did something there, but then we took it back after they cleansed everything, and donated it to a museum after we found out all the history about it. It was very interesting. She tried to kill me. It was fun.
As they do.
Yes. Have you all ever seen a banshee before?
Red, didn't you date one?
Red blushes.
I didn't know they were dateable. Interesting. I'll have to put this in my notes.
That's not.
Snatched him right up.
I would say it was more of a forceful
Very heartbreaking
thing.
when they broke up.
I don't.
I stole her wolf rug.
You stole what?
I stole her wolf rug.
Was this on one of the quests we sent you on?
Actually no. I think we just stumbled on this one.
Isaac, one more. Okay, hold on. One, I don't think it counts as dating. She was like cuddling me. So that doesn't count, right?
She captured Red, essentially.
She was petting his head and everything.
They are very lonely
it was also really
creatures.
sweet. I don't know
what.
What?
What'd you say?
I said they are very lonely creatures.
Oh, I get that. And no, Isaac, anytime we're out, we're not just out, we're always on a job.
Well, I mean, there was that demon that we stumbled on.
Yeah, but like we're working while
I couldn't remember if we were working at that one time or if that was like the demon. We just kind of stumbled on.
We don't leave the city unless we're working.
No, Red, the one time we went into the city to practice some new things and we found a cave with a demon, remember that?
Yeah, we weren't working then.
We were not working that
time. We weren't working.
Kasula takes out a notepad and writes something down.
What'd you write?
Are we fired?
I'm not.
No.
I still have my badge.
What'd you write?
Shit, Donnie's got a backup plan.
Some notes. Very interesting notes.
Probably never work with us again.
Apologies if we didn't tell you about demons being outside the town, but I think we disposed of them.
Hold on, no, I did.
Oh, you did? All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
I made the city guard aware, and I
about
made... Yeah, I made everyone know, and they were devils, not demons.
Similar thing.
No. No, they're not. We fought both, and they're different.
That was sarcasm, Red.
What? I guess I don't understand sarcasm.
I guess I don't either, because I thought you were just being serious.
My sarcasm is a little subtle. Apologies. I'm trying to learn.
Hang on, let me try one. Man, apples and oranges, those are really similar things.
Love
Shit,
it.
what was that?
I mean, they're both fruit.
It was sarcasm, Red. I'm trying it out.
Oh my gosh, what was that?
I know. I'm like, well,
I don't even know.
oh, clipped in sound.
I'm gonna.
Gosh dang it.
Goodness.
Gonna make that noise a ringtone.
I hate it so much.
That's fantastic.
I'm gonna pass around the cleansing stone
Okay.
since we're all gonna be sleeping here together.
Yes, good, excellent.
I'll just prestidigitation myself.
While everybody's taking a bath, I need everyone to roll me perception checks.
I perceive.
Thanks for knocking my dice into a better position.
If only it worked that way.
All right, Red, you're the only one that hears it. You do hear through the howling winds outside of the obvious blizzard that you all are currently being bombarded with, and the warmth, the only fire in the tent that is keeping you all nice and toasty. Beyond the howling and the fire, you do hear the faint howls of a wolf crying out, and then you hear 3 or 4 returning the call. They seem close-ish, but not terribly, like, directly outside close-ish.
Wolves, today isn't the day for you.
Might be an okay trophy though if some of them are plump.
Oh.
I guess I didn't hear it, but Red, did you say that out loud?
Yeah, there's wolves kind of close, but not like outside. Well, they're outside, but not like outside. Sorry, was that sarcasm?
If it
No.
was, I missed it. I'm sorry.
No. I
Abaddon?
was just trying to. No.
I wasn't trying to be.
clarify. No. You're just trying to clarify.
I'm just gonna open the door and make sure that we don't have the snow piled
I'm-
over the door entrance.
Immediately assaulted by cold, and I hate it.
Yes, there's like a whole bunch of stuff piled up in front of the tent enclosure. It's very strange. It seems that the tent itself is keeping the snow off of it, so it is not being covered in snow, but everything around it, you're kind of starting to get a snow drift.
So we're getting slowly buried in our tent.
We're not though, right? Like there's it's almost like a crater or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's going to continue to make an igloo at some point.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's going to keep us even warmer.
I think it's cool as shit.
Yeah, until we run out of air.
Why
Well,
are
no, we
gonna
got
run out
we
of
got a
air?
chimney.
How long has it been, Kath? Since
Uh,
we got into the tent.
Since you've gotten to the tent, it's been about 2 hours. It is getting to the night time, so it's well into the evening at this point. If you guys would like to rest or something else for the evening.
Red, do you think it's gonna snow much harder than this?
I poke my head out.
God, I'm cold again.
This is how
open
you
the
tell.
tent flap and look outside into the freezing temperatures around you, and you see that it does not show any signs of decreasing its current rate of fall.
I just snow and ice covered my beard and hair because I don't have anything tied back, so I just kind of pull back in. Oh, it's gonna do this for a long time.
Yeah, your nose instantly got all red and like it's starting to do the snot thing, and it was really gross.
Gross.
I feel like you guys' perception of cold is different than mine.
Don't you? Do I know that Abaddon got some cold ring?
No, I'm like.
I think that was
like-
Mr.
like-
Bunny.
No, yeah. Like above game, I feel like American cold is way different than Canada cold.
It might be because you're further north.
You're in friggin' Canada.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if closer.
I don't gotta
to
be a
the poles,
survival
it gets
expert for
colder.
that one, champ.
Yeah.
It's fine. Should we have a quick geography lesson? It's no big deal, you know.
Sorry, my like inner Canadian is like that's not how that works.
I'm not cold. This
But
is
I'm not.
real
I'm not.
cold.
Hey, it's cast world. Temperature's weird.
I'm gatekeeping cold right now as a
It
Canadian.
do be like that, yo.
Gotcha.
It's a magical world. Shiz happens.
Why are you angry?
It's cold.
Because he's Canadian and it's not
Canadian,
real
dude.
cold.
My brain's like that's not how
I
the
was
weather
born
works
in
up
the
here,
ice.
dude.
I'm Mr. Bunny. Oh, so
Look.
cool.
Look,
Yeah.
as someone that in real life has camped on top of a mountain at -12, I understand.
Fahrenheit or
cold.
Celsius?
Fahrenheit, because I'm American.
Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, that's not that bad.
Shut the fuck That's
Oh,
not
that's not
bad.
that bad. Yeah,
I
you
put
have.
shorts and a t-shirt on.
Yeah,
for that.
that's not so bad as you
No.
stay inside your house and I'm in a tent.
I mean, like that's still like jacket and like
Have it on.
No.
Shut up.
nice pants.
Don't you curse at him.
It's fine.
I
So-
didn't curse at him.
I wish I would shut up.
Oh my gosh! You just told Abaddon to shut up. He's not even talking. This is all Mr. Bunny talking.
Shut up, Dom. I
Shut
didn't
up,
say
Abaddon.
anything. What do you
Jeez.
mean?
Somebody spank you
I
in the
was
snow.
writing my notes.
Sorry. Force a habit.
God.
Force a habit.
This
I
is
don't
a
know.
new
Mr.
habit
Bunny.
I'm
It's
on.
cold.
Oh,
I'm
I know
sorry,
it.
Mr. Bunny.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Poor thing.
Anyway, this is about time to hit the old dusty
emotional damage.
sack of hay.
Emotional damage. The sack
Like
of
100 points
hay.
emotional damage.
Why are you being emotionally damaged?
Red.
That's fair.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you guys, do you try to hunker down and sleep for your long 8 hours?
Not if we sleep. It's not. It's just
Abaddon will look like he's sleeping for a while, like he'll have his back faced everybody,
Uh-huh.
but he will stay awake for another hour or so, just thinking.
Isaac's a little paranoid, so he'll probably wake up at times and go over and
I'll
check
take
the
turns
door.
with Isaac doing that. I'll work it out with Isaac to take turns doing that because I'm also this is giant area and I don't like.
You don't like
Yeah, but-
giants?
No, I don't, Kat. See, there's this little bit in my backstory.
it might have been Kahlua saying that, or maybe. Anyway, I go straight to
Turns out
sleep.
Kaluma's got a little giant in her.
Wowzers.
Unfortunate.
That's okay. It's fine.
So yeah, anyway, guys, I hate giants. Like I don't know if
Yeah,
the
we
rest of
know.
you knew that. Okay, yeah, just making sure.
I knew that. I knew that.
Is that Elise talking?
That was Elise talking.
Okay,
You
I was
did,
just making
you did
sure
know
like,
that, didn't you,
everybody knew.
Elise?
I did. I knew that.
Casilla, that might have been directed at you. Did you know Red hates giants? Like literally hates giants.
I vaguely remember something about that in your backstory, yes.
Like on his application form or something. He probably wrote, "I hate giants," big letters. If I had
Big
to guess.
letters. I hate giants.
Do not team me up with giants.
No, it was we got interviewed. Remember?
Yeah.
It was fine. It was great. You guys had fun. I had a lot of fun with all that. So yeah, it's great.
Anyway, Don Grave goes to sleep because he's tired.
Dongrave, you go to sleep because you're tired. Everyone else, you stay up for the amount of time you wish to stay up for, and then you go and pass out. Red, how long does your arrow trap last?
8 hours.
8 hours. All right.
Yeah.
Does it work if it's buried in snow?
It went. To be fair, it went through a tent.
You're right.
And Elise.
Yeah. Well.
And Elise.
Just in case it becomes relevant, I sense things in this area with my mace. I don't know if that's outside Kalua's or not, but
Okay.
Also,
Yep,
each
I
one of those
see
arrow
yours.
traps is a 30-foot radius.
Yes. It's fine. You all are super duper duper protected all around you guys. So you guys rest for your 8 hours. You may click the long rest button.
Yay!
And would you like to take a break?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Please stand up and take a break for a moment. We are going to take a short 5-minute break for everybody. Because it's been a little bit. And we're just going to take a short break. Go stand up, stretch, get some water in your system, and we'll do the stuff and the things. Boop.
The things and the stuff.
Go.
Break time, chibi. Break time, chibi.
Break a time, a chibi. Break a chibi.
I just have something to put on my camera.
You have a what?
I have just a thing that covers my camera.
Camera?
I thought you put a B in camera there for a second. I was like, dude, you are not okay.
Yes, Cabara. Mm-hmm.
Capybara?
cabaret.
Capybara.
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 Hang on. I'm gonna chat. Don't freak out. I'm gonna quickly switch scenes to grab
Dabba dabba
something.
doo.
Okay.
Am I the first one back?
Nope.
No.
I never left.
Oh no, I'm the last one back.
No, I promise you that'll never happen as long as Abaddon's still here. Not that I wanted to leave, I'm just saying. Abaddon.
Abadaniel.
Yeah, but damn it.
Hope you all had a good break.
Good.
What?
I got some water.
Water is yummy. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
I found a clip of Abaddon if he was a cleric.
Mm-hmm. Abaddon,
Ah,
are you ready? Are
Yes.
you good?
I'm back.
All right.
I was gonna get some water because I forgot. And now we're good.
Okay.
No, go. I'm my headset on. You're good.
All right.
Yes.
So it's been 8 hours. Red, your trap is no longer active, just so you know.
That's cool.
The tent is good. You hear that the snowfall itself seems to have diminished quite a bit. Do you take a look outside?
I do.
Okay. You take a look outside, and there is a lot of snow, but it hasn't started piling up as much as you thought it was going to. Maybe it was the tent itself helped to kind of keep it down, but from what you can tell, you probably gained about a foot or so of snow directly outside. But everything directly around the tent is still super low, so it seems like anything close to the tent was kept pretty down to the ground, essentially. And then about 10 feet out from the tent is when the snow starts piling up, kind of. But when you look outside, it's still obviously snowing a little bit, but it's not terribly. It's good. You could probably set up now. The sun does appear to be coming up over the edge, so it is daybreak at this time. You all are up and about. And who has been eating?
I have been.
I ate.
I also ate.
Okay. So make sure to keep track of your rations.
I will, instead of using rations this morning,
Yeah.
will make us with my meats I bought, my stuff. I will make us a bit of a breakfast with salted meats
Ooh.
I mean, it's nothing fancy or too crazy.
Uh-huh.
Just I try to cook something up.
Sure.
While he's doing that,
And I
I
will
have a
put-
project that I would like to work on.
And I'll put some of the mystery spice in it as well. I'll put one of my bags in it.
Excellent. Good.
So everybody, and if they eat it, they get 1d12 plus 110 hit points for today.
Yeah.
Temporary hit point.
Yeah, 10 hit points, yeah.
Yeah.
So I will eat it. I've
I will
never
have
rolled good
some.
on this. I rolled good on it.
Ooh, look at that. Eels.
Oh yeah, plus 1. Sorry, that's 12 technically.
Nice.
For
Good,
hip
good.
red.
Red.
I
Red?
did.
What did
I
you
know.
do, Red?
I rolled low. That's what I did.
No. All right. So you do take some time cooking this. It smells absolutely amazing. Everyone partakes of it unless Isaac doesn't. Or Dongrave doesn't.
Isaac will.
Okay. Dongrave?
Dongrave will partake.
Okay. Kosula will also partake. Yes. So you all consume the Abaddon breakfast, which is very yummy. It's very yummy. At this time, Red,
Yes.
you feel uneasy, like your hair is beginning to stand on end. And you notice it's because it is very, very quiet all of a sudden. And do you poke your head outside?
I just slowly pull my mace out and one of the battle axes.
Inside the tent?
Yes.
Are you doing it sneakily?
Well, I'm doing it slowly, but I'm not like trying to hide it.
On Isaac seeing that, he'll also slowly right hand out and just grab his axe.
Because I was gonna leave while Abaddon was cooking anyway, because I had something I wanted to try and do.
Okay. What do you want to try and do?
Well, I was gonna go collect some sticks and such from the trees because because real life Spleen knows that you can make snowshoes out of them.
Sure.
And
So,
I was gonna have.
before that, then, you were able to go collect your sticks and everything, and then Abaddon cooked, and you all ate.
But yeah, but
Nice.
you know, doing the sudden quiet, I am gonna arm myself and run outside.
Okay. So you
scared.
dart
When
outside.
he just books it out, if he does that, then Isaac would follow him.
I
Okay.
probably also am in engage mode. If
That
we're,
is okay.
if we're running out, I believe Red.
Give me perception checks if you run outside. Everybody, perception checks for running outside.
I'm not. I'm staying inside for a bit.
That is fine. That is fine.
Yeesh.
You are more than welcome.
I am
to
rolling
stay
hot on
in,
perception today.
boy. Great. You're doing great.
I got 2 15s. I am doing good.
I am very excited. All right. Now. Boop. Okay. You all run outside, and with your perceptions, you look around at the now freshly laden snow around your tent. You do not see anything directly next to you or beyond. Even you, Dongrave, you don't see anything out of the ordinary, and you notice that it has stopped snowing at this point. So because it has stopped snowing, it's gotten very, very quiet. You hear a little bit of cracking of the branches in the distance as snow begins to like fall from the upper branches to the ground. Looking at the trees around you, some of them do have some frozen branches on them as well. So, but you don't see anything directly near you, from what you can tell. But
Do
Red,
that giant thing.
you still feel uneasy.
I will pop a spell slot.
Who's Papa's? I'm sorry.
And I will Primeval Awareness.
Prime evil awareness. Now, that doesn't check for evil, right? That just checks for giant
No.
and undead.
Yes.
And it doesn't tell you how close the giant or undead is, correct?
Correct. But it does tell me, like, general direction and how many of each.
There are 2 giants nearby in the easternish fashion, from what you can tell with your primeval awareness.
Just 2.
Just 2. To your east. Not sure how far away they are, but they are to your east.
Oh, there you go.
What's going on, Red?
Yesterday there were 12. Now there's 2 to the east.
Only so we're minus 10 giants. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Sounds like we're doing good then.
I mean, yeah, we did it. We should sleep more often, I guess.
Yeah. Sleeping's
Hmm.
a powerful giant killer, apparently.
I check my arrow traps. Are the arrows still there?
Yes, they are.
I will collect those.
You collect them.
Something's not right. I don't know what it is, but something's not right.
Aside from the
Only-
new foot of snow,
Yes.
has our surroundings changed at all?
No, everything just seems to be severely covered in a nice new thick layer of about a foot of snow from all the snow from last night.
Is the only person that's feeling uneasy like Red, or is anybody else feeling uneasy?
So far, Red is the only one currently feeling uneasy.
Okay.
Do you wish to move farther? Or away from wherever you are?
I'm going to check the edge of this clearing for any signs.
Okay, who would like to go with Red?
I'll go with red.
I will keep an eye on them.
Okay,
Ready for action.
cool.
All right. Shit.
Isaac, is that where you are? Is that where you're standing?
Currently, yes.
No, I'm asking, where are you standing when Red is going towards the clearing? I need you to be there. So, Red, is that as close as you're getting to that clearing?
I took one step.
Sure.
I didn't know if you were going to be like, so you guys go this far, or are you actually? Yeah,
Where are you going?
I'll say I'm like here and just in the tent because I want to be like kind of close to the
Sure.
fire, but like still trying to be in earshot.
Yeah. the
I'm
fire
gonna
is
make
warm.
it. I'm gonna make it to this tree for some cover,
Okay.
and I'm going to attempt to stealth.
Okay.
That sounds promising.
It doesn't, but here's that. Not great.
No.
Isaac, where are you standing?
Healthiest man alive.
So he moves up that way, so I would not let him too far out.
Uh-huh.
So I'm probably going to be like right there.
Okay. And Dongrave, you're not moving, correct?
No, I'm hanging out by the tent.
All right, very good. Everyone roll me initiatives. Gosh darn it, Elise.
Damn.
Why at least roll?
A 1.
Oh.
Me and Donnie's doing the same.
What's your dex? Probably higher than mine.
Probably not.
11?
I got a 14.
See if I can roll better. I did roll better.
Kath, me, then or Isaac, then me.
Okay. There we go. Okay. So, Red, as you're getting closer to this tree for cover underneath it, you notice that, the snow underneath is the tree above has captured a lot of the snow that was falling from last night. So there's like a little divot of area underneath the tree that you can kind of stand in. As you begin to stand there, you hear and then are bombarded by a wolf that jumps out of the snow at you.
Oh,
Directly next to this tree.
Hold on. He's within range of that.
Didn't you pick your arrows up?
The arrow's been 8 hours. It's been 8 hours.
Okay.
Your arrows are dead. That's why I asked.
those
It's
wolves
been
are smart enough to wait 8 hours.
No, they weren't nearby last time. And this is outside of Dongrave's thing, because yours is 30
I was
feet,
on the other
right?
side. Yep.
Yep. That's why I was asking.
Why I don't like magic holding on to us.
Yep.
Well, it's the beginning of the day. They could have just as easily walked up while we're eating breakfast.
So, Red, you're going to be getting a sneak attacked on.
Okay.
From this one, and then this one.
Oh,
This one.
puppies.
And this one. There we go. All right.
Oh,
That one's
boy.
mine.
you take the one on
So-
the left. I'll take the 5. I'll take the 5 on the right.
My goodness.
I'm also here.
You are. But these guys get a sneak attack first because they were hiding. They are snow wolves, so they were hiding in the snow, and they did get bonuses to hide in the snow, which is why you did not see them. Very sorry. So, Red, what is your AC?
Right now, it is 17.
17. All right. These are going to try to bite you. A lot. So, sorry about that. But they're going to try to bite you. A lot. Well, the first one, let's see. I got a 15, so he misses. All right. Let's see here. 15. This one would have moved there. This one would have moved there. Yar. Also, Red, give me a what would this be? What would this be? This would probably be give me a survival check real quick, Red.
Sure.
At advantage.
Cool. I'll take it. A 20 and a 21.
All right. So, from what you know, because you are keen to this sort of thing, snow wolves are the favored creature of use in hunting parties for ice giants. Just so you know. All right, so the first one misses. The second one hits with a 21. The third one misses. The fourth one hits with a 23. And the fifth one hits with a 25. Let me do my damage. Hang on. Red, you poor thing.
Yeah.
I let you sleep.
Yeah, that I do appreciate it. Thank God for
24.
those 2 temporary hit points.
I'm listening to the calmest music right now for this scenario.
All right, so 24 damage as 3 of the 5 wolves that surround you begin to bite and tear at you. And the bigger one is
Welcome.
just kind of standing back.
You're welcome for the
Welcome.
2 temp hit points.
Yes.
Did everybody else roll for 10 hit points?
I
What do we
don't-
roll for it?
A d12 plus 1.
Yeah, D12 plus 1 for extra temp hit points if you ate the food I made.
I did partake.
It sounds like Abaddon's still eating it.
I am, yes.
Num 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 num.
Mhm.
These wolves would also like some. Can they have some?
No,
If it means we don't fight them, I will absolutely share my portion.
that's a good point.
Okay. So
Do I get any agency in saying something with my survival check information?
nope, it's not your turn yet.
Okay.
Because that was their sneak attack, so now it's the top of the order. Abaddon, you don't really know anything yet.
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't. I mean, you were listening, I suppose, right?
Yeah, I was kind of eating, listening.
You will be hearing probably Red going, ah, probably. So, yeah. You do hear something
Okay.
outside.
Okay. I'll like saunter up.
Saunter up, okay.
5, 10. Oh, hey.
You step outside and see that Red is currently surrounded in a bunch of wolves.
That's not good.
They look like they want to eat him.
Yeah, that's I was gonna do this on myself, but maybe I'm gonna do this on him.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Red, do you trust me?
He can't answer.
Cool.
There's 5 wolves tearing into me. I'm a little busy at the moment.
I'm going to.
Can we discuss this over tea later?
I'm gonna wrap energy around my fingers, mutter a bunch of words, and I will fire out a tether towards Red. And I'm going to cast polymorph on Red.
Oh boy, Red, do you feel Abaddon's energy latch onto you? Do you allow yourself to be transformed into something?
I'm no longer mad at Abaddon. Well, no, I stopped being mad at Abaddon when Donnie gave me honey. So.
Donnie has a big grin on his face now.
Yeah.
Donnie the negotiator.
Do you allow yourself to become what I want you to become?
I trust you.
Okay. So I wrap my tethers around you, and I like think in my mind of the beast I want you to become, and you slowly shift and grow and change into a giant ape.
You're an ape now. Congratulations,
giant.
Red.
And you can describe whatever that looks like in terms of
Hang on.
color and whatever.
Sure.
I'm
We'll say
well,
as you grow, this one down here gets shunted a little bit.
yeah. I guess like Abaddon, because I'm controlling it, would try to like, put like some reds and some like, like I strap a green down.
Still have the beard.
Down like the ape's back. Yeah. It's like a big floofy beard. It's more like a big like chin, but like with a bit of extra fur.
All right, I've got
Like,
the
kick his ass, Red.
stats
Have
up.
fun. So I'm concentrating on the
Okay.
spell now. Yeah, have fun with it.
All right.
You can make 2 attacks.
Yep. Okay, I can. My armor class is now 12.
But you have 157 extra hit points.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put those down in temporaries.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Are you done, Abaddon?
Actually, oh frick, I guess. Question DM, because I've like never used this barely, and
Answer.
I should have asked. Am I able to twin spell this?
No.
No. Okay, that was cool.
All right, so you are done, sir?
I feel like you should be able to, but okay. Anyway, nope. Maybe
You
I
wouldn't be able to
do
keep
thing.
concentration on both of them.
Yeah. The
Oh,
concentration.
true.
Yeah,
So like
that's
your
the-
first one would go off, and then your second one would
Yeah,
go
that-
off, and
yeah.
you'd cancel the first one.
Right.
That's
I
why
forgot
I
about
said
the concentration
no.
part. Gotcha. No, that's. I think that's all I'm gonna do this turn.
Okay.
Oh, can't warn anybody about the giants now.
No, I'm gonna move a little bit. Somewhere.
Okay.
I'm moving, so I move 10 feet, 15, 20, 25. I'm just gonna be like here.
Okay.
There we go.
Now I will reveal the Snow Wolves go second in the initiative order. So, Red.
Good thing I did this, Red.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm actually bigger than what you have me.
Oh? How so?
Yeah, I'm huge sized.
Giant ape is huge?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah, it is huge. I forgot. Yeah.
So what is a giant ape? A 3x3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Isaac, you're going to be shunted back as well then.
Large boy.
Yeah, giant apes are big. They are
B5O,
big.
fuck you.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what happens when you're big? You're a bigger
Things run away from you.
target. No.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, that's why his
he's
armor class is
intimidating.
lower.
They should run, right?
That's why his armor class is lower because
He's a bigger target.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
That's all right. Don't even worry about it. Let's see.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not.
Oh, there is a marked button. This is marked.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's.
I just haven't used Hunter's Mark in a while.
Yeah, I
So-
don't know if that was a thing before, but
Pretty much, since you're taking up a 3x3 square, you protect Isaac from all that's about to happen. All 5 of these wolves in front of you open their mouths and begin to just exhale a very, very, like, cold blast of air. Freezing wind that just kind of coats your entire body. I need you to make me 5 dexterity saving throws, please.
1.
with the monkey's dex, by the way.
Oh shit! Hold on.
It's +2 to these.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
So it's not going great.
So
9.
that's a fail. That's
3.
a fail.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll.
That's a fail.
Stop, bro. 5. 19. Let's go.
All right, that passes.
Hey yo,
And
17.
you're welcome for the extra hit points.
no, I appreciate it.
That one passes. All right. So
It's good.
3...
It's good to spend 1 turn as a giant ape.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 3 of them hit you, and then you take half damage from the other one. So hold on. Oh, let me just. I will. Hold on. I have to calculate. This is a lot of damage. Hang on.
I'm listening to the most like upbeat music right now, and I probably should change my music.
Almost heaven.
No, it's like
West Virginia.
it's literally like Animal Crossing like music, essentially, like town music.
Don't you just get all your hit points back when you depolymorph though? You're just
Yeah, it's essentially actually like temp hit points when you're in like a different form. So like he has 157 quote unquote temp hit points in the ape form, but if he takes damage over top, so let's say if he drops below 157, let's say if he takes 160, then the 3 damage goes to red.
gotcha. Okay.
Like the extra damage, yeah. So it's not like, like, hey, I'm impervious, you can do 1,000 damage, I'm still fine. It's like, no, all the extra 800 damage still goes to my character, kind of deal,
Okay.
So.
Hi, Red. How are you?
Hi.
So, with 2 of them only doing half damage, you take a grand total of 77 ice damage from these freezing cold wind these wolves are spewing out at you.
God damn.
And then the bigger one behind them steps forward.
Check to see if I
Oops.
can turn you to something
Move
that is
release.
good for cold weather, but I don't think I did.
You did what?
I guess I could have turned you into that. I just didn't.
Actually, no. It will remain. Nah, it's got to do something. Hang on. It'll also ice blast you with its super powered version. Go ahead and give me another dex check.
$20.
Nice. That's the best thing I could turn you into, brother.
Nah, appreciates it.
I could have done you Tyrannosaurus Rex, but It's less beefy.
No, giant ape is pretty
All
good.
right.
Mm-hmm.
With
Especially in
the
this
with
context.
the half damage, because you did pass with the second one too, you take 20 points of ice damage, as this one here also opens its mouth, and you feel that it is much, much colder. I don't think it hits Isaac. Hang on. No. All right. Yeah. No. Red. You're too big. You're too big for your own good. All right,
That's true,
Isaac.
girl.
You you feel a little frosty in front of you, but you don't get hit with anything. So that is their turns. So, Isaac, it's your turn.
Yeah, give me some room, Isaac.
You can't. You're going to pass through his square there. That wolf is a 2x2. You can't pass diagonal
Okay.
there. This is his square. You will not be able to get flanking.
It's okay. I just wanted to get enough room over there.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and kick this shindig off. I'm going to go ahead and rage.
Rage. All right. Show me your rage face.
Boom. Rah!
Show me your war face.
I am the raged. And just for shits and giggles, because this has never worked and it probably never will, I activate my fire rune.
Excellent.
And I'm going to lay a smack down on this big boy in front of me here.
Okie dokie. Smack
Reckless.
down.
Bam.
That's a nat 20. Excellent.
Oh.
Nat 20 on that.
Yes, that hits. That hits.
Got the damage out there.
All right, now I have to
For
roll against
11.
your fire thing, right?
Yes. That's... Come here, you blasted thing. There it is. 8, 9, 10. Wait, hold on. Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 for that. Now let me get down to my fire thing.
Uh-huh.
Come on, you blasted thing.
Uh-huh.
There it is. All right, so it has to roll against a DC of 15, but he automatically
50.
takes 2d6.
Of wisdom? Is it a wisdom? Or
Strength.
con? Strength?
Yep.
Oh, well, he's good at strength. Let's see. Yes, he passes your strength check. Sorry.
That's fine. That's what it never works, but it's still fun to hit him with.
You keep doing it against my creatures that are plus strength.
Yeah, he still gets the 2d6 fire to his
Okey-dokey.
bunghole for that
Ow.
round,
My tail. How could she?
To the anus.
Yes. All right.
and then I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay. Now wait. Did you rage this turn?
Yes, I've
And
only
your
attacked
fire
once.
rune is a bonus
Free.
action?
Nope, it is free. Just pop it. Yep, I
Alright.
know.
You're fine. I think we go over this every time.
We
We
do.
do.
Go ahead. So you get your 3 swings, and that's it, because you've already used your bonus action.
Use my bonus action, and I swung a 14. Did I miss him?
A 14. Yes, a 14 misses.
Okay. Yes, that would be the end of my turn then.
Very good, sir. Next person in the line is Dawngrave.
Wonderful.
You see Red getting hit with a lot of snow and ice. He's still standing.
Okay, so I will call out to our party members still in the tent
Yes.
and say, "Hey, we got some scary wolves out here."
Okay.
And then I will also say to Kahlua that my undead hand turn looked a little bit like this.
Okay.
And then I will cast Insect Swarm.
Gosh darn it.
You brought the. Hang
Get
on.
him.
I gotta find a good spot for this, so bear with me.
Bear.
You know what? I'm raged. Go ahead.
I don't want to hit Red though. He's a cool monkey.
He's a cool monkey at the moment.
And he's already severely damaged. You took 97 damage.
So if Red is occupying this entire 3x3, right?
Correct. So if it hits it at all, red gets hit.
Oh look, this works. That's a cool spot. I like that spot.
Sure.
20 feet.
Okie
Okay.
dokie.
So Constitution save of 16.
For everything in there?
Yes.
Excellent.
Which is all the wolves except for that one that's facing down.
Okie dokie. 2 of them pass just on the dice roll, and the other 2 fail.
Okay, so the successful boys take half of 19, and the unsuccessful boys take 19.
Okay. Boop, boop, boop. So all of those are damaged. And then the big wolf, hang on. Big wolf passes. Big wolf passes. So the big wolf takes half of 19, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Got it. Excellent.
Cool. And, I have alerted our party members in the tent to the presence of wolves. There's some spooky bugs over there munching on the wolves, and I think I'll just hang out.
Excellent. All right. So, it is then Kasula's turn, and she's gonna come outside because she's busy.
And what we reveal in Kasula's backstory is she is terrified of giant apes and lights my shit up.
I did specifically mention scary wolves.
Fireball.
And did not say anything about the ape. So hopefully there's some reading between the lines, realizing that the ape is on our side since it's fighting the wolves.
Yes. It is fine. Do not stress.
Kalua's pretty smart.
Don't stress. Everything's fine. She's also going to have to do some fangling here. Hang on.
Just put in the same spot as mine. Is it 20 feet?
It is, actually. So I guess she can also hit everybody.
Spot as mine.
Okay. All right. We're just going to borrow yours then. Boop, 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 ba-doo-doo. Hey. Abaddon.
Yes. What?
Nothing. You're great. You're wonderful. Don't worry about it. This probably will not affect you.
You're dead now.
Okay. Sweet. Good knowing you guys.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great, guys.
Okay. So you see Kasula step outside of the tent, and she looks over there and she sees your cool little grasshopper things. And she says,
There are
"That's really
plague
neat."
locusts.
Sorry. She sees your plague locust, and she goes, "That's really neat. Does it hurt them if I burn them?" And she proceeds to raise her hand, and she shoots, and a bright streak flashes from her finger out onto the same point that you had sent yours, and it starts to blossom in from a low roar into a giant burning flame as she casts fireball in the same spot that your locusts are.
So this doesn't have to have any different mechanical advantages, but like I envision my locusts catching on fire and surviving, and now they're just biting the wolves while being on fire. So they're like fire locusts.
Excellent.
They're turned into little phoenix locusts.
I'm
combo
down
attack.
for this. Heck yeah. They don't do
So, I mean,
extra
if you-
damage, but they're
dang it.
cool.
Cinder Plague.
I love combo attacks.
I do too.
All right, so let's see if they pass Kasula's thing. Okay. And then I roll 8d6 damage.
You're standing on the push to talk button, Cat.
You're standing on the push to talk button.
You are not a cat.
Oh, you said cat. I thought you said cat. And I was like, what? What are you talking about?
Sorry, I will start calling him by his name so that there's no confusion.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So you have the giant ball of fire now also hitting all of the wolves, and they are very, very singed, and your locusts are currently semi on fire at this point. They're not dead, but they are semi on fire, which is kind of neat looking. Now you have a bunch of flaming swarm of plague death locust things. It's pretty neat. Yum 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 yum. And that is her turn. She did a giant explosion of fire, which is why Abaddon, I was saying your name for reasons. Red,
yep.
it is
They're
your
not
turn.
humans. It's fine.
Cool. I'm going to like raise both my giant monkey fists up and bring them down on the big wolf here.
Okie dokie.
So it's the same bonus, so I'm just gonna roll my mace so it does the math for me because I feel stupid right now.
Okay.
So 26 for the first one.
Yep.
And for the second attack. Oh, baby!
Oh,
Okay.
dang.
I'm gonna roll the crit first. This is gonna be good.
That's 3d10.
Boom.
Come on, baby. Oh,
So
yes.
18 doubled
36 plus 6.
to 36 plus 6. Oh, no. Yeah, plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So 42 for that one.
Did you roll damage for the first one?
Oh,
No, I just want to get the crit out of the way.
Okay. Give me the damage for the first one.
And the first one did
oh,
31.
oh,
Okay.
oh, damn.
He's still up.
So 42 plus 31.
So
How much is that?
73 damage.
Jeez.
That's how much damage they did to you almost.
No?
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, yeah,
it's not? I thought they did 70 something.
but then
Oh, yeah,
twice.
97 total.
Yeah, they did 90 some.
Oh, that's how much the little ones did to you.
Yeah.
Well, no, he helped.
Yeah, it gets you to 97. 77 was from the littles.
All right, Red, what are you doing? You done?
That's all I can do. I only get 2 attacks with this.
Yeah, only 2 attacks.
Good. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Good, good, good. It is Elise's turn. She can't heal temporary hit points, right?
No.
Well, so they're not temporary hit points. I just had them marked
Yeah.
as temporary hit points for math purposes, but she can heal me.
Yeah, technically she can heal the giant ape up to its max HP. But like, we're like
Okay.
saying that the
Elise.
quote-unquote temp hit points, but they're not actually.
Elise just dumps her highest spell slot into saving the monkey. love
She's
it.
gonna bless. Can she bless 4 people yet? Hang on, let me double check.
That's like level 1 above? 1 extra spell slot?
I think she can. Let me double check.
Yeah, that's a second level spell to do 4.
Then yeah, she'll burn a second level spell slot then, so you can have it too. Abaddon. She will bless you guys, and that'll be her turn. So top of the order, Abaddon. What would you like to do?
Alrighty. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to.
Yes.
I have that again because I bought another. Yay!
Yes.
I can do chromatic orb again. Oh my goodness.
Don't miss.
I will fly up,
Okay.
just like bursting off the ground with my wings,
No,
and
alrighty.
and I like spin slowly, and I will look at the battlefield, and I will see the big one. Not liking him too much,
Yeah.
and I will. Then I will
He's
fire
a little damaged.
Just a little bit. I'm gonna help a little bit. I'm gonna fire a 3rd level chromatic orb.
Okie dokie. Chromatic orb him. Do it. I dare you.
That'll be fire damage. It hits. Does a 13? That's a really window of 4.
A 13 will miss.
I'm blessed though.
Blessed.
You are blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
17. Does that hit?
Yes, you are very lucky. You were blessed. A 17 hits.
Let's go.
You thank Lylander right now.
Yeah.
And go Elise.
It's Elise's god helping you out this time.
Yeah, your boy remember who she serves.
Fire damage.
Yeah, you do. All right. Fire damage. Excellent. Good.
Yeah. So I'll spin up 15 feet, fire it off, and then spin back down and land again. So I'm not gonna stay in the air, just for,
Purposes?
for pizzazz.
Sure. So you shot up into the air, you shot a chromatic herb, which almost missed, and then you felt a little nudge, and then it didn't miss, and then you landed again. So you're great. You're wonderful.
Yes.
All right then. So it is now the snow wolves' turn. So they have to not end their turn in the swarm. So
They don't have to. I mean, they can choose to.
oops, sorry, Red. Oops, sorry, Red.
Okay, it's fine. Mechanics wise, I think that's dumb that Red doesn't get to slap them as they're running around him.
I mean that's how it works. And this one is not going to leave your threat range. Okay. Red, you're a threat. I'm sorry.
Am I?
You are. You're a giant ape, and you just hit
So?
the mama. So you gotta go down.
Hold on, she hit me first.
Her babies hit you first. What's your AC again? 17?
12 as the giant ape.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, all of these hit then.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's how it goes.
Well, here's the first one, and it's not bad. It's probably not bad. Huh? So these things are kind of tearing at you a little bit. Okay. And then the mama wolf comes in and tears at you a little bit. So you guys kind of see Red just getting torn to crap over there. You take another 51 points of damage as they bite and tear and... Oh, wait, no, hold on. So it's 51 plus... 24. 51 plus 24 damage is how much you are taking from the wolves as they bite and tear. Sorry, I forgot their plus on the end of their dice rolls.
And I am no longer an ape.
Oh. Let me make you smaller. Boop. I'm gonna put you in the middle, so you're not technically surrounded.
Nope, I still am.
Yeah. I would say yes, he's still surrounded.
Yeah, especially since there's a swarm of locusts on the other side blocking his escape.
No, he's fine.
All right, Isaac, it's your turn.
Seeing as he went down and got little, I'm going to go ahead and use Giant's Might.
Oh gosh, darn it. You're getting big?
Yep.
Okay. Let me make you bigger. It's just 2x2, yeah?
I take up a 4 square, so yeah.
2x2.
Kath, which one of these wolves is not harmed?
All of them are damaged.
Oh, including the one that was outside the insect plague?
Except that one.
Okay.
Sorry. Which is this one? This one is not currently damaged.
So I'm going to mosey on over. Y'all.
You can't stand on them. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hold on. Let me...
Oh my god, you're standing on my wolves.
I'm going to squish your wolves.
All right.
You know what? Mama gets it first.
Ow, my babies. My babies.
25.
Give me your damage.
Bam. 14 damage.
Ow. Okay. Keep
Swing
going.
again. 25.
That hits. You still hitting the
Alright.
mama?
Yeah, still hitting the mama. Hold on, I
You're
gotta turn something off
recklessing,
real
right?
quick because it own. Yeah, recklessing.
Okay.
Turn that off real quick so that way it doesn't add the extra onto it.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Okay.
8 damage on that.
Got it.
And how's it looking?
It's still pretty good. Maybe half from what you can tell.
Okay. Action surge.
Okie dokie.
Boom. On.
What?
23
That hits.
for 22 damage.
Ah, you're still hitting her. Stop it. Okay. Yes, yes. Keep going.
And swing. 26.
26 hits. Jeezums, can you stop rolling so high? What are you doing?
19 damage.
19 damage. She's still up, but she's hurting.
Yeah. I got nothing else left in me, so.
Okie dokie. Dawngrave, sir, it is your turn.
Well, since these wolves appear to be smart enough to not stand in my plague of locusts, I'm gonna cast another spell that requires concentration.
Okay.
I will cast Bane at the 4th level
Okay. On the mama?
upon six wolves. 6, 1, 2, 3. Yeah,
Wait, what did that
anti-bless
spell do?
basically.
Oh, right. And you can hit all of them with that?
So 3 creatures at 1st level, and I cast it 4th level for 3 extra creatures.
Nice. Okie dokie. So they're all D-blessed. Do I have a D-bless? It's probably cursed. I'll make them cursed.
Just red is not also baned, despite having the same icon.
Right. He's also no longer polymorphed. I was using that as a temporary polymorph look. Fine. Okay.
So they do have to make a curse. My apologies. I didn't read this whole thing. I thought it was just anti-bless. They have a chance to save against it, apparently.
Okay.
Whenever target fails a saving throw, makes an attack roll, or what? Hold on. Up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within range must make charisma saving throws. A target that fails a saving throw. Okay, yeah. All right, charisma 16.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. That's fine. They all have negative charisma, so.
Well, we'll just give it to them then. It's fine. They're all
None
they're
of
all
them
banned.
survive, actually, because the highest I rolled was an 11.
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
Now they have to roll a d4 for attack rolls or saving throws.
And
going
it
forward.
removes it from the stuff. Cool. Got it. All right. Is that all you're doing, good sir?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty. It is Kasula's turn. How much damage can we get into here? Let's see.
How much damage can we get into? Ma'am?
At least 6 damages.
Okay. It'll be a little close to everybody, but she can hit these ones at least. So you see her cast another fireball spell directly outside of everyone's range, but it does hit 4 of the wolves. Ow. Okay. Damage. Fireball! Ooh. Kasula, I made you too strong. What is this? Okay. All right. Now every single wolf on the field has been damaged at least a little bit.
I mean, it's a high level mage in our guild. I hope that she can do something more than us.
I mean,
That'd be nice.
She's
at least on the same level as us.
She does it.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
does
yeah,
touch
yeah.
grass.
She
Bro.
does touch grass.
You're not wrong, bro.
okay. So that is her turn. The wolves in front of you are severely singed from that fireball. They are, I mean, they're probably at about half right now.
Good.
The ones to your north side there, Red. It is your turn, Red. Now, before you move, I just want you to know, now that you are small and you can kind of see the wolves in front of you and everything, you look over at the big mama wolf, and from your angle, I don't know if this matters to you at all, but you can see a small blue gem wrapped around their neck.
It's a collard. Oh, somebody's losing a pet today.
So, what would you like to do?
Do I get flanking here with Isaac?
Yeah, I would say so.
Cool. I'm gonna say to my group, kill them quick, giants are coming.
Giants! Go, go. are you doing?
And
Did you say they were collared red out loud?
No.
He did not say it out loud.
25 for the first one.
That hits? You're hitting the mama, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
And Red does appreciate her for being wounded.
She is very wounded.
Good.
Yes, yes.
So 13 points of
going.
damage for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Swing in the mace again. Oh, hold on. Forgot to roll with advantage. Does that hit?
Yes, it does.
Good. For another 9 points of damage.
Okay. Red, is there any specific way you wish to kill her? Because you have just dealt the final blow to this poor innocent wolf lady thing.
Innocent, Kath?
My pets are always innocent.
I'm gonna leave the head intact.
Okay. So you
But
with your mace.
I'm just caving in the side.
Yeah. So she's already really beat up from everybody, smacking her, cough, cough, Isaac, cough, cough. And and so she's already extremely weak at this point, and as you take your mace and slam it into her side, you can kind of see her ribcage collapse a little bit underneath the weight of your mace and the powerfulness of your arms as they swing the mace into her and just kind of crush the bones there. And she kind of lets out a ho, and she falls onto the snow and doesn't move again. As you do that, you see all of the other wolves' eyes instantly turn into a kind of purplish, like a purplish, hazy glow as soon as the mama wolf goes down.
Oh, stage 2.
Then I just both weapons out, just roar at the wolves, and that's my turn.
Okie dokie. Let me kill her. There we go. Elise, it's your turn. What are you doing? You're really far. Can I heal you from here? Hang on. I don't... Oh no, she has the staff of healing. Can I heal you from here? I'm talking to myself. Don't answer me. Hang on.
Yes, you can.
I mean, I'm not going to stop her.
Cure wounds, less restoration, mass cure wounds. Cure wounds is a touch spell, though.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is since the downfall of it.
That is unfortunate. Can I get her close to you? without dying?
He knows I wouldn't want her to risk it.
She's gonna move behind Isaac to be closer to you. There we go. So she's gonna use you as a shield, Isaac, to get a little closer to Red.
My job.
Did
Yes.
Elise roll her extra 10 hit points?
Yes, I've got it here.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I'll double check everybody's got their stuff,
Not a
Yes.
lot.
their gorfy stuff.
Well, he
Mhm.
lost his.
Oh yeah, I know Red lost
Red.
his immediately. I mean, he only got 2, and then I gave him 157 action. He lost those as well, but that's okay.
Why do you say it like he wasn't blown up by 6 wolves?
That was sarcasm.
All right,
Oh, sorry. Still learning.
Abaddon, your
Still
turn.
learning.
What are you doing? The wolves are
Alright.
mostly out of range of your friends.
Yeah, that's good. If I had any big explosion spells, perfect. I don't.
Oh.
I kind of got rid of all of mine because we kept fighting in
Mhm.
close quarters.
I mean, these things happen. So what are you doing?
I'm going to
These three wolves up here seem to be the most damaged.
Well, then I guess I'm going to fire a scorching ray at them until they die.
Okay. Tell
Starting
me
with
which ones and
the-
how many.
The middle one first.
This one first, okay.
And then I'll just go upward. Just that one.
All right. Damage. 25 hits. Give me damage.
Yeah, pump the extra hitage into this one. So 15 on that one.
Got it. Okay, next one up.
Above him.
Let's
Beautiful.
go.
Give
Nice,
me
this
your
is
damage.
Not the extra 5 on it, but that's still 20 total damage.
20. Excellent. All right, keep it going.
And then the top guy, the top man.
19 hits. Yes, yes.
Let's go. So 7 points on that one.
7 points. Okay. You have not missed a single spell. I'm very proud of you.
I know.
What
I'm
else can you do?
surprised too. It's crazy.
Doing anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna for my bonus action.
Yeah.
I'm going to use 3 of my sorcery points
Okay.
to regain a 2nd level spell slot that I just used.
Okie dokie.
And that is my turn.
Okie dokie. It is now the
Easy as-
wolves' turn. So at this point, you see this one turn towards you, Isaac, and it has like the purplish haze on the eyes, and it is very angry looking. The other ones who are currently being extremely damaged, these ones to the north are going to flee.
GTFO.
Yep.
You son of a.
They're
Biscuit.
going to flee. And nobody can stop them because you're not currently in their squares.
Not wrong, but I could chase after them.
You could.
My
As they
speed
flee,
is
and this one is
220
going to
feet.
attack you, Isaac. You all do feel the ground beneath you beginning to shake, as it feels as if something very large is walking through the trees nearby. But Isaac, this one here is going to attempt to hit you, but with the curse, he misses. And it is now your turn, Isaac.
Just drop the hammer on him.
My baby. Go ahead. $10. Okay. This one has not been wounded as much as his brethren.
And 11, 12, 13. That'd be 13 altogether.
Okay, 13. Got it. Keep going. $28
28.
hits. Give me your damage.
12 damage.
12. Okay.
Time for the shoulder check.
Shoulder check. My goodness. Another crit.
Down, boy.
So that would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Yeah, 12 altogether.
Okie dokie. He is still up, though very, very wounded. What else would you like to do this fine turn, sir?
I believe that'll be it for me.
Alrighty then. Next in line, Dongrave. What would you like to do, sir? There's one wolf currently left in the field. The other ones have fled back into the forest.
I will cast upon this wolf. Toll the dead!
Toad!
Which it must make a wisdom saving throw with a difficulty check of 16.
Dead.
I have a negative to those.
And anti-bless.
And anti-bless. No, please. Hang on. Gosh darn it. Alright, I fail. I fail. Give me your damage. Gib.
Here it is. 24 necrotic. Or I guess 19 necrotic damage. 5 of it is blessed strikes damage.
Excellent. Alright. It's barely standing. It's like it's doing the sad wolf yelp thing right now. Anything else you would like to do on your turn, sir?
Nay.
Okay. Since I don't want Kasula to take the final kill, Red, it's your turn. She is holding her spells for bigger foes.
Bad dog.
You are blessed.
Oh, does 17 not hit?
It hits.
Oh.
It's fine.
Were you hoping the giant would make it in before we killed all your wolves, Kath?
I mean,
12.
maybe. 12 damage. Still up, actually. Barely.
Cool. Well,
Hmm.
24.
Yes, that hits.
We can see if it turns into a crit. It doesn't.
Well, with your minimum amount of damage on the mace, you also crush this poor wolf's body as well beneath you, and the purple in his eyes go out, and he crumples to the ground, perished.
I will bonus action shift.
Okay. Boop. All right. And this is where we're going to pause it for this week. So go ahead and write down in your stuff and things where you are. If you've taken any damage, make sure you make note of that.
I
just
have
so you
not.
know, you have not
Taking a lot of
taken
damage, guys. Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're not doing too hot, sir.
No, I'm really not.
Isaac the tank was not given the chance to tank.
No.
I mean,
Hey, think of it this way. I kind of, in
Gotta
a way,
switch it up,
saved
play
Red.
DPS once in a while.
I, in a way, saved Red because I made him a.
No, you really did. That would have been really bad.
Oh yeah, you would have been down way earlier.
I wouldn't have been down yet.
All right,
You would have
and
been majorly more hexed.
for anybody
Anyways.
listening, thank you so much for joining us for our D&D sesh today. Just so you know, we will be gone next week, so we will continue this fight in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. Have a lovely evening, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Worst way to leave it.
Bye bye. It is, but it has to be
She
done.
finally gives him a giant, and it's 2 weeks.